Om Shanti. Mythology has a deep psychosocial impact as it brings home some very important life lessons. Thus, it becomes harbinger of peace and harmony to our inner self and to society. Some days back, a child asked me, should everybody be treated equal and with respect? Her innocent question forced me to take a plunge into mythology, and to my heart's content, Shani Vratkatha came to my rescue. Here it goes. Long ago, all the 9 planets were talking about their hectic schedules. Each boasted of his workload and ability. The discussion took an ugly shape. Soon, argument turned into bickering. No sooner could anybody understand than it became a matter of personal pride. All agreed to take the matter to Lord Indra. Any adverse decision could hurt the ego of one or the other planet, thought Indra. It could disturb the cosmic balance, bringing an end to the universe. Gauging the sensitivity, he suggested them to approach King Vikramaditya, who's known for his wisdom and intellect. Following Indra's advice, they approached Vikramaditya. He sensed the gravity of the matter and requested all of them to give him some time. All agreed. He got the seats made of representative matters of each planet and then brainstormed with the best brains of his kingdom to put the seats in order. To their surprise, they found all planets and their representative matters at par. As the last resort, they all agreed to arrange their seats in order of their market value. Vikramaditya then invited all planets to take their seats as per their order. Sun's seat, made of gold, was kept at the first position. Moon's silver seat was at the second, and so on. Shani's iron seat was kept at the end. Initially, all agreed to the arrangement. Later, Shani Dev found it quite offending. How dare a human put a tag on our worth in this manner? It will lead to all sorts of crimes on earth. Vikramaditya, you must bear the consequences. Shani left the place, warning the king. After some days, Shani Dev came to the king's court in the guise of a horse trader. Though the king appreciated the breed but was shocked to hear the exorbitant price of the horses. To save his face, he chose a sturdy black horse for a ride. The amazing horse started galloping and talking with air, and they reached a remote corner of the forest in no time. To the king's shock, the horse disappeared. Being tired and thirsty, he sat under a tree. A shepherd's eyes fell on him. Actually, it was Lord Shanidev in guise of a shepherd. Taking pity on him, the shepherd gave him water and told him the way to move out of the forest. Pleased with the shepherd, the king gifted him his royal ring. Treading the path suggested by the shepherd, the king reached some other city. There he sat in front of a big shop. By chance, that day the rich merchant had a bumper sale. Considering him lucky, the merchant invited him to his house for a meal as a goodwill gesture. While having his meal, Vikramaditya noticed a hanger swallowing the necklace hanging on it. Without wasting any time, he shared the entire episode with the merchant. The merchant couldn't trust his ears. Poor Vikram was handed over to the police. Later, the king passed a judgment. Though the man doesn't seem to be a thief, but as the evidences are against him, he must have a hand in the disappearance of the necklace. Therefore, as per law, his limbs must be broken and he be kept with other invalids. The orders were followed verbatim. An oil extractor noticed him. He inquired of Vikram, could you control my oxen while they extract oil? If yes, I shall provide you food and shelter and shall get some ointment for your limbs too. Vikram readily agreed to the proposal. The oil extractor carried him to the place where the oxen were tied. He meticulously controlled them. Some of the extracted oil would smear on Vikram's body. This made Shanidev happy, By his blessings, he sang Rag Megh Malhar on an evening leading to rain. The princess, a devout singer, heard the raga. She ordered her concubine to find out the singer. The princess was informed of Vikram the invalid. At this, she proclaimed, "I'll marry either Vikram the invalid or none else." The king counseled her, but of no avail. Finally, she was married off to the handicapped Vikram. That was the last night of his misfortune. Lord Shanidev himself appeared in his dream and asked, "Now you must have realized your mistake, Vikram." Vikram sought his pardon. Not only did Lord Shani pardon him, but he also made his limbs intact. Seeing the Lord in a happy mood, Vikram made a request. "If you are pleased with me, then please promise me that you won't ever inflict the kind of misfortune you inflicted on me on anybody." Lord Shanidev agreed and granted his wishes before disappearing from there. The news spread in the entire city like wildfire. The merchant rushed to Vikramaditya to beg his pardon. Vikram told everybody that was his fault and nobody else was responsible for his misfortune. At this, the merchant invited the royal family to dine at his residence. They agreed. While dining there, everybody noticed that a hanger which had swallowed the necklace regurgitated it. It was a pleasant surprise for all. The merchant requested Vikram to marry his daughter Shri Kumri. Vikramaditya, after due diligence, accepted the proposal. After the marriage, he sought permission to leave for his kingdom. Then he, along with both of his wife, Princess Manbhavani and Shri Kumri, started for his kingdom. As soon as he reached his kingdom, he announced, "All planets are equal. Nobody must consider one superior to the other. They have their own roles to play. Nobody can perform at this job. They all are important." Dear friends, for me, the biggest takeaway from this story is all sections of the society are equal. Nobody should be looked down upon for any reason. Everybody must respect dignity of labor. If we let peace and harmony prevail, if we respect everybody, our society will prosper. Om Shanti.